Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Super Conqueror. It's a tier 10 British heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Pearl River and it's under the command of Jamie2006. Now he's got the big 120mm main gun which is capable of doing 400 alpha, 259mm pen with standard ammo, and with the premium rounds he's capable of doing 326mm, and he's loaded nothing but premium. Yeah, I'm afraid he's marking. Quite understandable. He's got 2 marks up already, and if you want to mark, you want to maximize the damage rate, and the only way to do that is with premium, although it does cost you quite a bit if you do. Now the Super Conqueror is basically a tank that never actually existed. The turret is basically a design that was actually made for testing the Malpara missile. So it's spaced armor around a Conqueror turret which is very well angled to block enemy fire. You can see it's nicely spaced. That's against the heat rounds that might possibly be aimed in its general direction. Okay, let's see what he can do with the first shot. Comes up against the cram bomb, decides not to shoot him, goes for the weak spot on the M5Y, which, as you know, is right on top of the turret. Now he's blocked a shot there, and yes, cram bomb's difficult. You need to either hit the hull if you can, or to hit the side of the turret. You don't want to go for the front because it's just so heavily armored. Now there is an enemy tank inside the village, and he's decided he's going to push. Okay, TS5. He should be able to pen that if he goes to the corners, the hindquarters. And he gets around instead into a TS54. Gets a low roll, 377. Now there is an enemy tank up here. I think it was a Batchat 25 ton. It's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it. Okay, so he could go through that gap and shoot these guys in the rear, but if he does, he's likely to take a few rounds from some of the enemy. Oh, that's the M5Y. He fired one at us, but he didn't get through, and yeah, this is what I was worrying about. Pumps that one through the lower plate. TS54 can't get the reply in time. Standard reload, 8.34 seconds. Goes for the cupola, gets it. Nice. And he's blocking shots coming from the M5Y. So they are trying to get him, but they just can't at this angle. Yep, nice drop. The only way that he would actually take damage is if he exposes the side armor and allows them to shoot it up into that. But if they're shooting in his lower plate, it's so well angled, they're not going to get through. Okay, he's decided to pull back, and in doing so, he's getting a tactical view. There's the Batchat 25 ton. He didn't leave the place altogether, and he did pump one 105mm round into us for 432. Ouch, and it was an APCR round as well. And of course, since the Batchat has a clip of shells, you don't really want to get hit by the rest of them. Okay, well, the enemy tanks are trying to make their way through. One ran into the side of the cram bomb's body. Yes, he exposed his weak spot, or weak side. Took one in the tracks there. I think the cram bomb's trying to stop us from pulling out so we can get more shots into him. But if you expose your body, we're going to hit you. And now at the moment, all he can do is hit the turret. That's not going to help him, but we're going to pump another one in. Yeah, and he's down to 5, which means now his game's basically over. He overplayed that. He came too far forward thinking he was invulnerable, and he had to fire in 2 different directions at the same time, and he couldn't cover both. Somebody was going to be actually pumping rounds into his hull. Unfortunately, we've been hemorrhaging tanks. We lost 4 tanks in quick succession, and now we're 4 tanks down on the enemy. Not good, because we lost a 430 nearby us, and well, now it's just 2 tanks within the castle grounds, or the village grounds I should say. What have we got over here? Enemy going into our rear. M103 takes a round in the rear, didn't get a fire. AMX blind shotted, that hit the roof instead. Now Yag Tiger, we can definitely punch one through him. He pumps it, goes low to try and get the engine bay. The AMX knows we're here, but he's shooting at somebody else. Go for the engine bay, gets it. Didn't get the fire. Potentially we've got a high caliber now. We're not really concerned about what's going on behind us. We're more concerned about what's going on in front of us near our cap area. And the enemy are getting closer and closer. Now he has to turn around because there are enemy tanks around here somewhere. And in fact, there's a T-832, which is a Tier 8 American rethink of an A32, a T-32 rather, I should say. Pumps one into the rear of a TS5 and takes him out altogether. Now he's just going to nail these guys in the rear. Pumps another one into the A32. And we're coming at him so fast to try and ram him. Pumps one into the side. Now he's got the 105mm gun if I remember correctly. Nice one into the side, but it doesn't kill him. Only 52, but the ram's enough to wipe him out. And now, quick shot, snapshot on that gorilla. And we have to retreat because we don't want the gorilla firing a 15cm shell back at us, because that could be rather dangerous. We're not down on hit. We're not massively down on hit points. Still got 1,577, so we could take a couple of shots from the gorilla. We don't want to give him the opportunity. There's only 3 of us left on this team and 6 enemy tanks. We're outnumbered 2-1. Jamie's going to do all he can. He's already got the highest damage, potentially, because 7,500, that's what's showing. Could be more. He did fire at least one blind shot. Can't see the enemy over here. Now, probably would be counterproductive to try and... Oh, here comes the M5Y and the Batchat. He takes the Batchat out, but he does take one round from the M5Y. Okay. Goes the hull, gets it. High roll, 404. Side scrape on the corner. Wait for the shell to come in. Tracks him. No, doesn't get it. High roll, though, for 434. And now we take a round from the Chimera. Have to take the Chimera out the game. He's out. But now we've got to deal with the M5Y. We've taken 2 rounds from the M5Y. Oh, well, we'll get another shot in, I think. Goes low. And he takes him out. Good. So he didn't lose there, but he's got 5 kills now. And the T28 prototype, well, he can't see him, but he thinks he's over there. Didn't get him. They're not capping. There's only 2 enemies left, the gorilla and the T28 prototype. He dealt with the other ones that came into the castle grounds. 9.6k. He's very close to 10k now. They could go down the edge here. We don't know where the gorilla is, and we probably won't be able to see them. If the sixth sense goes off, we know we've been spotted. Now, I think the T28 prototype is on the edge of the map, just outside our view range. And the gorilla, well, he'll get spotted because we do still have one teammate still alive, a Kunstpanzer, who's near our cap. So if the gorilla does try to make an attempt on our cap area, we'll spot it. But the question is, where is that T28 prototype? It's got to the point now. Okay, he's doing the dismount from the village. Nice. Yeah, he suspects he's over there. Oh, now that's interesting news. The Kunstpanzer just took out the T28 prototype, but we've still got to worry about that gorilla. The gorilla could take us out with one shot. After all those shots that we took during in the village, we're now been reduced to one shot for the gorilla's gun. So if he gets one shot on target, we are out of the game. And then it's just the Kunstpanzer, and he's also a one shot for a gorilla shot. 750 alpha for the gorilla. We know he's fairly healthy because last time he was seen, he's got 1,472 hit points. At least I think that's what he's got. There he is. Yes, he has got a lot of health. And he takes out the Kunstpanzer with one round. But that means he's in reload. But I think we're just too far away to do anything about it. And I think, yes, he's looking tactically there to see, will this guy be able to get a shot on us? Hello! Get one into him. It's not a lot, and he's probably loaded by now. Tries to go for the tracking shot, doesn't get it. The guy's coming on. He knows he's healthy enough to take another shot. Yeah. Well, as Jamie said, I'm afraid this was one shot away from being 11k damage. It was an ace tanker game for Jamie2006 in the Super Conqueror. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up getting 5. He was one short of getting a top gun. And so if he killed the gorilla, he would have got a top gun, won the game, and definitely had 11,000 damage as well. But yeah, I'm afraid he just had too many shots to get. If that Kunstpanzer had actually managed to land just one shell on the gorilla, it might have made the difference that would have given Jamie the chance to win the game. But the gorilla, yeah, he was able to put one shot into Jamie and finish it with a victory. A duelist badge for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A fire for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle. Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13. And he did get the high caliber in the end for doing the most damage in that game. His win rate was 18,207. Super Unicum standard. It was a really big carry by him. A massive carry. Let's have a look at team score. 10,667 hit points, with the alpha being 400. Yes, he would have gone over 11,000 with his next shot. He just couldn't reload in time, and the gorilla was going to get him. Even if the gorilla took one round, he still would have had enough health to finish Jamie off. The second highest damage in the game actually was the Batchat 25 ton on the enemy team. He had 4,428, and the gorilla was third with 3,969 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was shared between Jamie, who got 5 kills, and the gorilla. Both of them got 5 kills. 3 kills went to the SU-130 PM on Jamie's team, and 2 kills went to the Force 155 on his team, the T-832 on the enemy team, and their M103. When it came to base XP, yeah, I'm afraid it's the Chimera that comes out on top here. Because the enemy team won, they get the extra XP. 1,010 base experience points went to the Chimera. Second place was the Gorilla 15 with 994. And in third place, it was actually the TS54. For a moment, I thought it was Jamie, but no, the TS54 just got enough. He got 985. So fourth place was the T-832, and then it's Jamie in 5th place on XP. So yes, I was expecting that he would be very, very high on the list. So he beat everybody except the top 4 on the enemy team on XP. He fired 31 rounds. 29 of them were direct hits and 27 penetrations. That shows you the value of firing the premium round, the premium APCR, because you do get much better percentage of the shots penetrate. 10,667 hit points of damage, of which 1,575 were at more than 300 meters. So those were the long-range shots he fired on the enemy tanks as they were trying to make their way through the village towards our Arcaperia. 16 direct hits received, and 7 of those penetrated, 9 non-penetrations, and 3,320 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 5, 469 hit points of damage assistance. Now, he actually made a loss for the game, obviously because he was using premium ammo. 73,008 credits loss. But you have to take into account the fact that he was trying to mark the vehicle, and he was desperately trying to carry his team through. And so even though he actually suffered a loss of 120,000 credits, 120,400 to be precise, yeah, it was the loss overall. The consumables is where it really hurt him actually on this one, because he did earn a huge amount, and he did get the Courageous Resistance Award as well, because he got the Epic Medal, not the Epic, the Battle Hero Medal for the high caliber. He got 5 bonds for this being tier 10, and he also picked up 2,236 XP as well. It is a heartbreaker, but he played as well as he could. It was really in the end down to that Kunstpanzer. If he had actually managed to land just one shell and do around about 400 hit points of damage, Jamie could have taken the guy down if he was quicker on the gun, but it just wasn't to be on this occasion. So, heartbreaker of an end, but a really good battle nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. We now have 3,000 subscribers. Yes, it's taken a while for us to get there, but we finally tipped over the level. We've now got 3,000. Most people don't know we exist. And if they did know we exist, they might be sending in some replays to say, yeah, we want to be on this channel as well. But we do get great replays like Jamie and Oppenheimer and all the Arty players on our group. And so we very much appreciate it if you do subscribe to our channel. And leave a comment down below because it does feed the algorithm, gets more people to notice these videos. And thank you for watching.